Paramitas. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha, to the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer from the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Homage. Next page. Homage to the Supreme Buddha. Next, the page before, please. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all three ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits, may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Refuge in Bodhicitta, once in English, twice in Tibetan. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye choran soki chonam la janchu bardu dagi kapsun dagi chonen ge drola sangye drupa sho sangye choran soki chonam la janchu bardu dagi kapsu chi Dagi shonen gepe sonam ki dola penchen samgen drupa sho. Rangi Buddha zuni dawa danje pa meje tambe chuni dunze pa kundam de la chatsa lo. Tani nije zon dunje velam chen chen sanze kande. Jana peme tenze jato la suan de sun shin do lon do sho. Tambo lai gena lo dana jege tibo danda me gena dan doa kunje dana jin zamban tanje ge do da ge chen do hong do. Yeah. So now we are going to do the brand meditation for a few minutes, please. We should breathe 7 times each nostril and breathe 7 times about nostril. Count your breath, watch your breath. You look at me here. Just look at the breath and watch breath. Focus on breath. So now you breathe in here.
Okay, now you do like this. Breathe the back of nostrils. Just look at the breath and watch breath, mindful on breath. Just look at breath, watch breath. And I mentioned before, when we breathe out, we should visualize all the negative karmas, negative emotions, and the delusions, obstacles, disease come out from come out from our body, mind, speech, and this kind of all the negative karmas, problems, goes to underground and purify our speech, mind, body. When you breathe in, you visualize, receive, all the good qualities from Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, especially Bodhicitta, kindness, compassion, love, receive. So through this meditation, we can develop mindfulness and awareness, and we can make a good balance of mind. So this meditation is very important. So now we're going to do a short meditation on our mind. Where is our mind? Watch at mind, please. Look at your mind. What is nature of mind? What is the ultimate nature of mind? So where is our mind? Mind is not a color, and mind is not form. Mind is not touchable. We can't touch it. Mind itself very clean and bright and clear light. Mind has potential to know everything, see everything. Through this meditation, we need to understand about Buddha nature. Buddha nature means a seed of the Buddha, enlightenment, and seed of the Buddhahood. We need to realize that we have potential of enlightenment or Buddha nature. Because we can understand it and appreciate its value, it will be a great inspiration for us to follow the Buddhism and practice Buddhism. As we know, without Buddha nature, we could never achieve Buddhahood. we could never eternally, achieve liberation. So, this meditate on mind is very important, very, very important. As I mentioned always, we need to take care of mind. So that's why we need to understand about mind. Where is mind? What is mind? This is the most important. We need to realize through this meditation, we need to realize that we have potential for enlightenment or Buddha nature. Because if we understand it, Buddha nature, and appreciate its value, it will be great inspiration for us to follow the Buddhism and practice Buddhism. This is very clear. Without Buddha nature, if we don't have Buddha nature, we could never achieve Buddhahood. We could never attain liberation. So, we need to meditate on the mind constantly, as much as we can. If you practice, Dharma regularly and constantly, meditate properly, you can achieve liberation or enlightenment. Why? Because number one, we have potential of enlightenment or Buddha nature. Okay? So no, as I want to make clear, if we practice, regularly and constantly, meditate properly, we can achieve liberation and enlightenment. Because reason number one, we have, potential for enlightenment or Buddha nature. Number two, all those negative karmas or all the delusions, ignorance are temporary, not permanent. Number three, we can improve our mind. Number four, we can eliminate delusions. We can give up. For that reason, we can achieve liberation or Buddhahood if we practice. That for four reasons we should understand very clear, okay? Very, very important. Number one, we have Buddha nature. Number two, all the delusions, all the negative karmas, all the ignorance are temporary, not permanent. And number three, we can develop our mind. Number four, we can give up. We can eliminate negative karmas and negative emotions. But the Buddha said, said that I have, shown, shown you everything. I already show you everything. What I have experienced. But liberation depends on yourself. Buddha said that. It's very clearly. Buddha said that I show you everything. I taught you everything. What I have experienced. But liberation depends on yourself. It is true. For example, we can learn from Guru. We can learn from teachers. And gurus and teachers can teach us. But they cannot give you enough power from their own hands. Therefore, we need to put into practice what we have learned. from teachers, which is, the most important in our lives. Really, If, for example, if we have a very good guru, very good teacher, like Buddha, bodhisattvas, but we can't get inner power from, their own hands. We need practice ourselves, and we need put into practice what we had learned. This is the most important, very, very important. That's why Buddha said that liberation depends on yourself. Liberation is in your hand. Uh, all of you have learned a lot. You have understood a lot. You have listened a lot. So now it is good to practice. If you practice, you will succeed. You will get good result from your practice. No need, what is caution? No need doubt. Definitely. Practice constantly, regularly, and meditate probably. Definitely we will can get special feeling and we can uh, get good result from our practice. So, meditation is the most important because without meditation, we will not achieve shamatha. For example, shamatha is calm binding. And without meditation, without shamatha, we will not achieve the path of preparation, for example. Without meditation, we can't achieve shamatha. We can't achieve, calm abandon. Without calm abandon or shamatha, we can't achieve, a path of preparation. And to achieve the part of preparation, we need shamatha, especially that focus on emptiness. Shamatha of emptiness, for example. And as we know, it's very clear, the meditation is the best method to develop peace, inner peace. Definitely. This is very clear. The meditation is the best way, best method to develop inner peace and peaceful state of mind. And the best method to reduce stress and depression. So we need meditation. So we need to meditate. Meditate on breath, meditate on mind, meditate on impermanence, meditate on emptiness, whatever. Especially at beginners, we need to meditate on breath. Very, very important. As I mentioned before, if you can control, breath or wind, then you can control mind. Then you can control anger. Then you can control attachment. As I mentioned, because mind is like a radar, wind and breath is like a horse. If you can control horse, then you can control a rider. For example, that's why we need to meditate on breath and look at breath, watch breath, be aware of breath. Especially, sometimes you can meditate on breath, and control breath here for a few minutes, you can get some special feel here. You will have feeling. And as I mentioned, through this meditation, you can make good balance of mind. You can come down and you can make peace of mind. And as I mentioned before, we need to meditate on mind. It's very, very important. Very important. According to Buddhism also Buddhist idea, everything depends on mind. Everything comes from mind. So we need to take care of mind, and we try to make beautiful mind, good heart, good mind. Because we need happiness. We want happiness. Happiness from mind. Happiness from not from outside, not from market. So we need to produce it with your mind, cause of happiness. This is in our hand. Nobody can change your mind. Nobody can change the design of your mind. Nobody can. Or we can. Yes, we can ourselves change mind, develop mind, produce cause of happiness with mind. Really, then we can be a happy person and we can make a happy family, happy society, happy world. Others are very difficult, very difficult. So anyway, today's sorry. Today's topic is perfection of generosity. So I'm going to talk about perfection of generosity. Okay. Of this 6 perfection, the perfection of wisdom is the most important from 6 perfections. The most perfection is perfection of wisdom. The first 5 perfections Buddha has taught in order to generate the perfection of wisdom. So, we should understand why Buddha talk about perfection of generosity, perfection of patience, perfection of effort, perfection of concentration. Because we need to generate this perfection of wisdom. That's why Buddha taught, he has taught about these 5 perfections, As it says in Shanghi-Buddha's teaching also clearly, the 5 perfections are taught by the Buddha to generate perfection of wisdom. Okay, so practice giving, keeping morality, practice patience, and making an effort are all of the sake of perfection of wisdom, in order to generate perfection of wisdom. But I have already talked a lot about the perfection of wisdom many times. I talk the wisdom of emptiness, wisdom of impermanence many times. I have already talked a lot about perfection of wisdom. So I hope you have to keep this in your mind. So today I'm going to talk about perfection of generosity. First of all, we need to know what is the six perfections are. The generosity, ethical discipline, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. This is what we call six perfections. Okay, generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, I hope you know. Everyone know. Generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, and concentration and wisdom. Okay, these are called the six perfection. They're but we should understand there are two ways of speaking about them. In general, there is one way of speaking about six perfection, and another way of speaking about the 10 perfection. This is very important, okay? In Tibetan we pachitu. Six perfection and 10 perfection. Six perfection, and also we speak about 10 perfections. So we should understand the 10 perfections are the six perfections with the addition of method, power, expression, wisdom. Yeah. But this final wisdom and perfection of, what is perfection of wisdom is a little bit different. But anyway, this perfection, then addition, method, power, expression, wisdom. This is the 10, what is 10 perfections, okay? Generosity and morality and what? Patience, effort, concentration, perfection with wisdom, and method, power, expression, and wisdom. 10 perfections, okay? So now we need to know the practice of generosity and the practice perfection of generosity and giving. Those things are very big different. Okay. Practice of generosity, practice of generosity, practice of giving. Okay. And practice perfection of generosity different. You understand? Makes sense? Practice of generosity. Okay. Practice of generosity and practice perfection of generosity. Different. And giving, practice giving. This is different. Just giving and practice of generosity, practice of giving, practice of perfection of generosity. These three things are different. We should understand, okay? It's very important. Practice giving, number one, giving, practice of giving, and practice of perfection of giving, different. So, because because there is nobody have perfection of generosity before we achieve Buddha. Because ordinary person like me, I don't have perfection of generosity in my mind. Okay, only Buddhas have perfection of generosity in their mind. Before achieving Buddhahood, we can practice perfection of generosity, but we don't have perfection of wisdom, perfection of generosity. All the perfections are part of omniscience mind, Buddhist mind, Dhammakaya. That's why we can put into the practice what is practice perfection of generosity, but we don't have perfection of generosity. There is no perfection of giving generosity in our mind. So, what is called the perfection of giving is only in the mind of Buddha. All the Buddhas have perfection of generosity, perfection of wisdom. This means only Buddhas have perfection of generosity. So, perfection of generosity means one part of the Buddha's mind, not part of our mind. But we can practice perfection of generosity. Okay? And for example, if someone gives something to others without a good motivation, okay? Now I want to make clear, okay? If someone gives something to others without any good motivation, this is just only giving, but this is not practice generosity. Okay? This is, of course, this is giving, but this is not practice of generosity. Not practice of generosity, okay? Another way, if someone gives something to others in order to only liberation of suffering of samsara, this is in a Hinayana practice, isn't it? Someone, give something to others in order to achieve, liberation from suffering of samsara only. This is practice of generosity, but not practice of perfection of generosity. Clear? Yes? Something give to others in order to achieve liberation from suffering of samsara. This is a practice of generosity, of course, but not practice perfection of generosity. Okay? So now, for example, third one, someone gives something to others with Bodhicitta motivation. And in order to achieve Buddhahood, this is practice perfection of generosity. Okay? Someone gives something to others without any good motivation. This is just giving, not practice of giving. Someone gives something to others in order to achieve liberation from samsara, suffer of samsara. This is practice of course, this is, practice of generosity, but still it is not practice of perfection of generosity. Okay? If we give something to others with good motivation, Bodhicitta mind, and in order to achieve a Buddhahood, for the benefit all of the sentient beings, this is practice of perfection of generosity. In the Tibetan is very clear and very easy to understand, but I don't know English. Okay, anyway. So the practice of giving and practice of perfection of giving different. In Sanskrit, we say Sharavaka and Paratika Buddhas. That means Hinayana, vehicles. They have a practice of giving and they practice generosity, but they not practice the perfection of giving. Because they don't practice giving in order to achieve Buddhahood. Because they don't have motivation of Bodhicitta. Hinayana practitioners does not have this Bodhicitta motivation. So according to Hinayana, they practice, they meditate, they accumulate merits, they practice everything for achieve liberation from suffering of samsara. Not in order to, not for the achieve Buddhahood. So anyway, giving practice generosity, practice perfection of generosity. Those three things are different. Okay? So now we should understand the Buddha, praised the three practice, generosity, patience, effort, as their practices are specially for the lame people and lame bodhisattvas. Buddha said that practice generosity, patience, effort, these three things, these three things are special for lame people, not for monks, not for nuns. Especially these three is good for, especially, particularly lame people and the lame bodhisattvas. These practices are especially for the lame people and the lame bodhisattvas. Since those three practices of generosity, patience, effort, easier for lay practitioners. So all of Learn people should practice these three things. This is easy for learn people. That means, everyone can practice generosity, patience, effort, any times. That's why Buddha said this is special for learn people. Concentration and wisdom, not easy for learn people, of course. We need a certain time. We need a special condition. Almost learn people are very busy, isn't it? Very difficult to get time to meditate. So, everyone can practice generosity and discipline and effort. These three things we can practice anywhere, anytime. So Buddha said that we should understand. Buddha said that of the true accumulation is here. Accumulation of merits, accumulation of what? Wisdom. Wisdom and merits. This is the main accumulation of merits. Which one? Generosity, patience, and effort. Those three things are the main, practice generosity. This is a part of making merits. And this is main accumulation of merits. That means practice of generosity is one part of the merits. Practice of ethical or discipline is part of merits. Effort, practice of effort, this is also part of merits, not part of wisdom. Okay? We should understand. They're two different accumulations, okay? Merits and wisdom. So when we offer, for example, if you offer or if you prostration, respect it to Buddha Dharma, also those things are, a part of merits. We can accumulate merits. So now, we should understand the definition of the practice of generosity is the wish to give, the object giving. This is a definition of generosity. Something give to others. But we understand, without attachment to it, without any measurements, and without any expectation. This is the definition of generosity. Okay? We should to give something, give our the object of giving, but without any attachment to it, without any miserliness, and without aspiration. What is expectation? Give it away for the sake of practicing perfection of generosity is called the practice of perfection of generosity. There are many different ways of different kinds of generosity. The most common classification is into four. Actually, there are many different, generosity, okay? So many different, everyone know, But according to Buddhism, what is the idea? The most common classification is into four. Material aspect of generosity and generosity of Dharma, generosity of loving kindness, generosity of refuge. Okay? First one, generosity of giving, material things, materials, and generosity of Dharma, generosity of what is kindness, love and kindness, and generosity of refuge. Okay, please, we should understand, okay? There are four different, generosities. Number one, generosity of giving. That means, something, materials, money, food, clothes, give to others. Number two, generosity of Dharma. That means teach to others and teach, help, in a spiritual way, spiritual knowledge. And number three, the generosity of loving kindness. Everyone can, give love, kindness to other people. And the fourth one is generosity of refuge. So in many teachings, I make clear, okay? I want to make clear. Maybe you heard only about three generosities, yeah. Many people never heard about four generosity, I think. In many teachings, only three types of generosity are mentioned. But many Tantra practice, according to Tantra practice, so also mentioned generosity of loving kindness. Okay? So these are very important. These are four generosities, not only three. Because everyone can practice generosity of love and kindness. Really, this is a very important practice. That means we can sign, we can give love, kindness to other people, other sentient beings, not only people, not only human beings. Therefore, we know, so now we should understand that the materialist aspect of generosity consists in giving things to others. And those are object of generosity. When we are practicing giving, there are four important things. First, we need to motivation of Bodhicitta. Second, to give without miserliness. Third, to give without expectation. Fourth, to give without attachment. Okay, this is very important, very important. When you practice give, when you give something to other people, you need good motivation. Bodhicitta mind, number one. Number two, without miserliness. Number 3, without expectation to something get better one. And without attachment, very important, okay? Whether you give big money or small money, doesn't matter. You need good motivation. And without miserliness, without attachment, without expectation, very important. Buddha never said that you need to give big one, the best one. Never said that. Buddha always, he taught us, he talked about, good motivation, without miserliness, without attachment, without expectation. Those 4 things are most important for the practice of generosity. It doesn't matter that what the size or value is, big or small. What you're given is big or small. It doesn't matter. But most important thing is to have a good motivation. Practice generosity to be free from miserliness, or attachment. For example, if you are attached to the object of giving money, this is not a pure, generosity. Even if you give $100 to someone, if you do it with generosity, with attachment, it is not, pure practice of generosity. If you do it with, miserliness, that is not real generosity. You give 100,000, you have many thousands to others with miserliness, with attachment, with expectation. This is not practice generosity. Especially this is not real practice generosity practice. If we give generosity to others in order to get more and something better, that means expectation. Then this is not real practice of generosity. This is something like business, isn't it? Give small, get better, bigger one. This is not practice. This is something like business. Give for our own, welfare, our interesting benefit. This is not a practice of generosity. If we attach to these things, you give one, then no matter what you give others. If you without attach to things, you give others, no matter what you give to others. Your practice, generosity, is pure, without attachment, without miserliness, without expectation. You give 1 cent, very small, but this is one part of a pure practice of generosity. So this is most important. So that's why Lama Atisha, he was visiting Tibet. He was then in Tibet for 70 years old, 70 years. So Atisha said that the Tibet people are very lucky because they have such natural pure water in Tibet. Water. Because in Tibet, we have many snow mountains and many rivers, Snow, what is, rivers come from snow mountains, snowy mountains, So the artist himself always, Atisha himself was always, making water offering during his stay in Tibet. Sometimes he offered water with his bowl, his cup. First we drink, then make clean, and offering. When he want to use for himself, he asked the Buddha, get permission from Buddha, then he drink. Then after make clean, then he use for offering water. So since that times, Tibet people have got interested in making offering, making water offering. And the tradition still exists here. We offer water bowls here. In Tibet, we don't need to buy water because we have naturally clean water that comes from snow winds, mountains, and there are so many pure rivers in Tibet. Therefore, he said that water is the best substance of offering. Water is the best object of offering, and the best object to offer. The reason he praised the offering and the giving of water was that it was easy to get, and that people did not have to buy it. And another reason was that water was pure in Tibet. So he said that the most important reasons was that there was absolutely no measureless with water. Why Lama Atisha said that water is the best subject or best object of offering, because water we don't need to buy in Tibet. Okay, not here, not in America. Okay, so water is very pure. So no people don't need attached to water. So people when they offer water, they can offer with without miserliness, without attachment, without expectation, and without attachment. That's why Lama Atisha said that water is the best object to offer. So that means everything depends on moderation. Not depends on material things, big or small, or has some very big value or not. Doesn't matter. So we need to understand from Buddhist point of view, what we should not be give to others and what we should not be offered to Buddha. So now I talk about, what we should not be give to others, what we can't give, what should not be offered to Buddha, what we can, what we can't, what kind of things we can't offer to Buddha, what kind of things we can't give to others. So now this is very important. So we should understand what is we can't give to others. There are many things we can't give to others. When we practice generosity, we should, consider like things that have been destroyed. We can't give to others. Food that has been wasted, we can't give to others. Clothing that is very old, useless clothes, we can't give to others. Weapons, guns, knives, we can't give to others. And what is poisons, we can't give to others. According to Buddhism, in Buddhist, in Buddhist idea, especially we can't give this to others who don't need it, or things that are, unhelpful, what is useless. And we can't give to others things like stale food, musty food, foods we can't give to others. Okay? So we should, what things can't offer to Buddha? It is the same. We should understand that what kind of the material things we can't offer to Buddha. What is unsuitable to offer to Buddha and the Dharma? Is, as I mentioned, stale food, rotten food, and leftover food. Those things we can't offer to Buddha any times. Useless, stale, rotten, leftovers, or this kind of the foods, flowers, any rice, fruits, we can't offer it to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Big or small or what is better or expensive or cheap or doesn't matter. You don't need to take care of these things. But you need to offer it fresh, not something like leftover. This is very, very important, the most important. If you have a small biscuit, one single of fruit, dry fruit, you can offer it. It doesn't matter, it's big or small or doesn't matter. If you offer it with motivations, good motivation like Bodhicitta, this is unbelievable beneficial for all the sentient beings. Once a single of rice, you can offer it. One single of rice, piece of rice. If fresh, not stale, not rotten, not musty, not what is left over, you can offer. Also, water, you can offer pure water anytime, everywhere. From your glass, from plastic cup or whatever, doesn't matter. We can offer it. But we need to make clean cup of whatever, what you have. This is very important. First, we need to make clean cup of whatever. Then we can operate. So something special, especially that remain after the rest has been used. We can't offer it to Buddha. This is very important. So before we start it, we have to offer or make offering food before it, before used, before has been used. It's very important, very important. When fresh, any food you can offer, okay? Any food, doesn't matter. Not leftover, not something like remain after the rest has been used. You can offer it. Any food, no problem. As we know, there's, so now, we should understand about some special point. As we know, there are stories of bodhisattvas who give out their own bodies and heads and hands to other people. According to the Buddhist historical, okay. So many bodhisattvas, give to others their bodies and hands, heads and hands. So we can actually, we can give head, hand, every part of the body, clothes, foods, money, water, and horse, everything we can give to others. We can practice generosity. Nagarjuna also, Nagarjuna, gave his head to a man. Nagarjuna also, he was practice of generosity. He gave his head to others, other one woman or one man. And after had given his head, when it was returned to back to the same as before. The same as if he had not given it away. Exactly same return back. So head. Yes. He gave his head to other men, but after sometimes this head returned back to same what is replaced as before. Okay, this is one story. I will explain more about this. And Ayadeva, Master Ayadeva, India Master Arayadeva. Also, he gave his one eye, to one woman. But his eye didn't return back the same as before. Why, Nagarjuna's, head returned back on replace and same as before, become, But Ayadeva's eye never back, return back. So because, this, why he, this, his eye didn't return back to the same as before because, he attached. He very small, very tiny. So it is slightly attached to his eye after he give to woman. That's why I didn't return back, replace, Why he was attached to his eye? Because after he giving his eye to the woman, that woman, snatch, yes, snatch eye with, a stone, like this. That's why he was thought, oh, it will have been better not to give my eye. He was, little miserliness. and attached to his eye. That's why his eye didn't return back as before. This woman was, that woman was, Santi, manifestation of, demon, demon, or, Mara, ghost. He, intentionally he want to harm to, practitioners, that master. So he asked, give me, eye. So the story of Buddha was giving his body and had to others, previous lives many times. In one of his previous life, the Buddha gave his body to a mother tigers. Many people believe that place called Nam Buddha in Nepal. This is one part of the Nepal near the Kathmandu. So it's the place where the Buddha gave his body to Mother Tiger. Many people believe Namam Buddha. Namam Buddha is one small place in Nepal, one hill. So we should understand that the ordinary peoples not allowed to give body to others. According to Buddha, Buddha's teaching, ordinary people, before we achieve part of sin, we're not allowed to give our body to others. Because as I mentioned about one story, Ayadiva's story, this same problem. It will happen same. That's why Buddha said that very clearly. Ordinary people not allowed to give body to others. Head, hands, not allowed to give others. The Buddha said that very clearly, that ordinary peoples are not allowed to part of their body, such as their head, arms, legs, so on, not allowed to give others, and especially can't give their life to others. Their child, their wife, not allowed to give others. Before achieving this part of the sin. Even though one's body, maybe we can't give to others, at the same time, compassion can increase. Allowed to give one's body and head, hands, others. Others not allowed to give body and head to others. So, that means, we need very, very strong compassion and bodhicitta and realization of the emptiness. When we cut our head and hands, influenced by this, increase, compassion and love and bodhicitta. If we have such power, we can give our body to others. Otherwise, not allowed to give others. Because I have to have this very strong compassion to give, his or her body. Buddha only give permission to give body who has achieved, the noble path or part of sin. Noble path and part of the sin are similar. If you understand, if you see emptiness, directly, very clearly, this realization of emptiness is one part of sin, and this is a noble path. When you achieve this, this power, this inner strength, this inner power, then you can give your body to others. Otherwise, not. Because before achieve part of the sin, not only to give body, because there is still suffering of feeling of suffering. Even though one has a feeling of suffering before achieve noble path, everyone has feeling of suffering. That's why not allowed to give body and head to other people. After achieving part of the sin, then there are no more feeling of suffering. So they can give. When one has the power of the compassion and patience, one is allowed to give one's body and head. But that means, we need a very special power of compassion and patience and realization of emptiness. The practice of giving is mainly to cultivate attitude of giving in the mind. It is possible to practice giving without money, without the practitioner's money. Many practitioners have, complete the practice of giving without any money by being in a cave, with us, very poor life. The best practice of generosity is to develop, generosity in our mind. Whether you have money or not, doesn't matter. So as I mentioned before, Milarepa has nothing. He had nothing, only one bowl and one container of milk, hot water. But he practiced complete generosity, practice of generosity. And he achieved Buddhahood. That's why, the best practice of generosity is develop generosity in a mind. In a mind. And reduce attachment, control attachment, control miserliness. If you practice generosity in a cave, have nothing, money and properties. If you meditate on generosity, practice of generosity in a cave, okay, with very simple life, have no money. If you meditate on, what is practice of generosity, after sometimes when you come out, if you get something, automatically you want to give to others. This is the consequence of your practice, practice of generosity in a cave. For example, that means it depends on our mind, it depends on motivation. So now I'm sorry, I'm stop here, and if you have question, please ask me.
Does anyone have any questions online or here? Geshe, Cynthia has a question online. Cynthia was wondering, when you were describing the 4 types of generosity,
Yes.
the third one, refuge,
Yes.
could you please describe that? Thank you.
Okay. The generosity of refuge means practice others' life, save others, fearful situation, and let others, free from suffering, free from dangerous situations, and help to others. This is one part of general practice of generosity, of what generosity of refuge. And we liberate animals. If you see one's ants on your table, you must save a life, and you move to some safe place, safety place. Yeah, this is one play. What is the practice of refuge? When we walk on the street, so many animals, insects, on the street. You make make clean and save their life, and to move to outside the street with good motivation. Recent some mantras or mani padme hum. This is the best part of refuge. What is generous of refuge? Okay. Anyway.
Thank you, Geshe. There's another question online. Both Colleen, Cynthia, I think, was that okay? I think Geshe answered that question. The next question online is both from Colleen and Larry. It regards giving your body parts. When you're ready to, many people have designated their bodies for organ donation. If we're close to death.
Yes.
What about organ donation? So that's the question.
This is a little bit difficult. Really not easy. Not easy. So that's why Buddha said that, not allowed to give our body to others without, very strong power, compassion and bodhicitta and emptiness, realization of emptiness. For me, this is not easy. Very difficult. So if you have very strong compassion and motor bodhicitta, then okay, I think. Bodhicitta, practice bodhicitta, Others not easy.
Yeah, so there's maybe if we talk about 2 types of organ donations. If Nancy needed a lung.
I know, yes.
Okay, that where I'm still alive, I will be living hopefully after I give Nancy Moon Pie my lungs. That's one type. The other type is
Kidney.
I'm dying. I know I'm dying, or say I had a car accident and I designate and I'm going to die.
Okay, yes.
Without fail. But I designated that my organs can be used to save someone else's life. So that's 2 types. Are
yes.
both of them difficult or tricky or?
Yes. This much better. When we die, before we die, we maybe sign on the paper, we give what is my lungs, my kidneys, my heart to use to other people. I think, this is okay. Maybe we can do. This is much better than when we happy, when we are fine. Not it's not easy to give our life, our part of the body to others. Yes.
Thank you, Geshe-la. And there's another question online. Thank you, everyone online. Okay, Geshe-la. This is from Lorraine. Lorraine said she's concerned about the lives that are taken so she can eat. Like, for example, right? How can, like Lorraine, I'm assuming if it's an animal, say an animal is killed so you can eat it, right?
For health.
How can Lorraine give thanks and bless them for their generosity? Is it still generosity if their lives were forcibly taken? Does that make
Yes.
sense, the question? Thank you, Lorraine.
Actually, many people, for example, many people eat meat for their health. But their tourism, some people really, really fully understand the value of our body, human body. Want to do something for other beings, benefit to others with this body. So we need a good body, healthy body, strong body. So that's why many Tibetan masters, Indian masters use, meat. Not, this is not something like attachment. I think, also many masters eat meat, for example, with good motivation and prayer is much better. And many masters eat food for what? For many small gems, insects in our body. They visualize this food, give to them. This is one part of the practice of generosity. It's all these foods, not just, for my body, not just for my life. This give to the numberless, gems, insects we have in our body. So especially we have one short, prayer, offering food. Wrote from this Nagarjuna. This prayer, the special gift to the insects we have in our body. So we should understand very important things. Buddha said that very clearly. You eat meat, not you do this or that. You can choose which one better for other people, which one better, which one's more benefit. You can choose. So for example, this is always we need to use. Okay, anytime we will follow this Buddhist teaching. This is very important. Which one more benefit? Which one more less benefit? We can choose which one better, which one more beneficial. We have to choose. We need to choose that one. This is very important. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Geshe-la, before, I just wanted to do a follow-up on that one. Which is Nagarjuna's prayers? Is it Sangye Chodan So?
No, another one. Kase metan dawai.
Kasame then Dewa. Okay, thank you. Then one more question from Zoom. No questions here, everyone? One more question on Zoom. Larry asks, how are the 6 perfections related to the 5 paths?
5 paths.
Yes. How are they related?
Yeah. This big related. Before we achieve, path, we can practice. Still, we can practice of six perfections. Okay. Before achieve path. Now, for example, now we can practice, six perfections. Before achieve path. This kind of this practice of generosity, practice of patience, not path. This is not one part of the path because we still don't have path. After achieve path, Bodhisattvas and many practitioners can practice. Still, they can practice. They need practice. Six perfections. These six perfections, same path, the same path. This is part of the path. After we achieve path, for example, part of accumulation, okay? Part of accumulation. I have, for example, okay, make clear. I have, for example, okay, I have, part of accumulation. So now I practice practice generosity, okay? Practice the perfection of generosity. This practice of generosity is part of, one part of what accumulation. Okay. So after achieve part, the practice of the six perfections can be part. Already did what is it? Transformed to part. Already became part of enlightenment. So before achieve part, we can practice, especially in order to achieve part. This kind of the practice is the best course of achieve a path. Okay.
Thank you, Geshe. Just a follow-up. Chosang had a comment, then someone else commented on. Back to, Geshe, it's a previous question. Back to donating your organs at if I'm in a car crash. Chosang said, but when you donate your fresh organs at a car crash, then our bodies don't wait 3 days for our wind to leave. So that's just attachment, right? That's attachment. But anyway,
This very big question. Really big question. Really, I don't know. This is very big question. Really, really. For example, if we kill ourselves, Buddha said that very big, negative karma. Very, very big. Very big. Kill ourselves and kill other people. Same created bad karma. So after accident, so give through our organs to others, still not easy. But if you have really good motivation, Bodhicitta mind, then you can. Depends on motivation, depends on practice, it depends on realization. This is very clear. Many bodhisattvas intentionally they take rebirth in hell, for example. So many bodhisattvas, for example, kill themselves, numberless people, and Buddha's teaching, and other sentient beings' happiness. because they have a very, very strong power, Bodhicitta. So they can tag, intentionally they can tag, hell realm form, hell rebirth, hell realm rebirth. So I don't know, this not easy. Anyway.
Something to consider. Any more questions? I think thank you so much, Geshe-la. We really, really appreciate your time and your incredible teachings. Michael, I think we're ready to screen share the prayers. Gewadi nu du da lama
Sanje Jo
ro
Chi Cha
malu de
Sa Go Sho
Jancho Samcho Rinpoche
Ma Che
Pana Che Gyurchi Kewa Namba Me Paya Gone Gondu Pelwa Sho. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Gangri Rawe Korwe Jin
Kong Di Penda Dewa Malu Joy Chiri Zewa Tenzi Jatso Jabe Senta Patu Tenjuji.
And then we recite the swift return prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pradyaka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands. Please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of Bodhicitta, of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. We also pray for the long life of Geshe Tashi Dhondup and our other resident teacher, Geshe Sherb, and all of our teachers. Thank you so much, everyone.
Sorry, I forget, give a little, answer when I remain something. Forget. This, to choose answer, question. Up to extent, hours of fresh, kidney and heart to give others. This is not related to, subtle mind. Remain 3 days, body. This I want to make clear. Because this subtle mind, the most subtle mind is remain, center of our heart until maybe 3-4 more days. This is most subtle mind is not related to our, kidney and heart. This is very clear. This is very clear. Because the most subtle mind is not related to our brain. That's why this is not related to our, kidney and heart. So this we can, if we have good motivation, bodhicitta and compassion, we can give to others. But still, we can remain 3 days, 4 days. It doesn't matter. It's not related to our sudden mind. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for that clarification, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Changes and children, but some of Japan and Jiwanyam Bamepaya, Kona, Konde Pewa show, Jisinan Kanepat, and Roajisinage, but they say done in nature and Redung Sewa show. Jambe Bawajita Chambata Kundu Samba, they are they say the Dagunji, Jisin Daira, Gawan, the Dantam Jera 차도걸로지 제보도 지도 개발상부 산제도 갈라간디 텔레도 때문에 좀 찌리셀라 차사로 많이 되면 많이 되네요. Thank you.